live?
Okay.
We're not live. Okay, now we're live. We're live. We're live. Okay.
You know what I always notice is that's the first thing that anyone hears is us going,
okay. Are we live? Is it live? Are we live? Are we live yet? Oh my God, we're live. Okay. Hi guys.
Me.
Welcome to the show that nobody asked for, not even us.
We didn't. Today, Jamie and I did not ask for the show. Both of our shoulders are like this. We're like this.
It has been a day. We will get into that. But before that,
been a very, very, very busy day. But Jamie's right. Before that, do some tap dancing, Jamie, while I get the theme song ready.
I'm not standing up.
I didn't mean real tap dancing.
Oh, yeah, I think I am a monster.
I meant, what am I, an animal? I meant like, just, metaphorical tap dancing.
Oh, yeah. You mean like talk to people. I could do that.
Nobody asked for the only reason that we shower. If these ovaries could talk is live right now.
So good.
You know what I thought of recently?
What's that?
What I thought of recently is if people didn't know me or us, and then they turn that on, the first thing that they're going to see is just like me, like a total like idiot, just being like, and I was just like, I'm better than that. I'm better than that.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Say hello to us, everyone.
Tell us you're here. You know what I love? I think that my favorite picture of us of all times is that random one in the DNR studios where we were sitting on the floor in front of the barn door. That's in that intro. I think that's my favorite picture of us of all time.
Is that true? I like the jumping one. The jumping one is my favorite. Mama Sue.
Mama Sue's in the house. Hey, Mama.
So guys, we have a very exciting guest today. Dana Rudoplh from Mombian is going to be here. We're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties, so Jamie and I are going to chat for a little bit while we're waiting for her.
We have some things to chat about anyway. But when you come in, let us know you're here, so we know you're here. I've been out and about in the city today, Robin. I don't know if you've noticed. Today, especially, the COVID testing lines are cray.
Is that true? I have not left the house.
I passed by one First Med place. It was down the entire block and then onto a next block. It didn't go around the corner for some reason. And then I passed by Bellevue on my run, and I've never seen it this long in my life. I don't know what's happening. Why today? Well, maybe because people are getting tested for Thanksgiving.
Maybe.
Oh my God!
Well, also, it's surging right now. I mean,
there's that. It's pretty crazy. So there's that. Hi, Elizabeth. Yeah. Today was the first day of fully remote. It's been mayhem. I'll tell you what.
This is one of the times where I feel really lucky because my kids are in a charter and they have been remote this whole time. So there's no disruption. Like we were in a parent teacher conference this morning. It was like normal, but I feel really bad for you, Jamie.
Well, you know what? Our daughter was already in a learning pod. So she went to the learning pod today, like she would have anyway. And so things are going to change. Things are going to change.
Yes, things are going to change. All right, we're going to try to stay on topic because
it's been so hard. It's so hard, you guys. Oh my God. Today's been crazy. Can I just explain my day? Robin just wants to keep it moving, and I just want to explain my day.
Jamie, they can see your face. They know your day.
They see my hair.
Yeah.
I'm in my kids'
room. Highlight.
I'm in my kids. I know. There's that. Look at that, you guys. I'm in my kids' room. And my nanny and my 3-year-old are out in the living room, and there's construction guys in the other part of the living room. And this is a New York City apartment. It's not like they're in a different room, putting a door up for us. And I'm just, I don't know, guys. I thought I was gonna have to do this from the bathroom, but I'm here.
By the way, I wish you had. That just would have been great.
But I cannot guarantee that a 3-year-old is not going to come running in here. I'm just saying.
No, then it's all of a sudden like the FCC issues. No, we're not doing that. But listen, I want to talk about the gay book Fairies. Saturday, November 28th, we are holding. Yes, it is the longest week in the history of man.
Yes, Maddie. Yes.
We are having a gay book Fairies It's the triumphant return trivia.
You're a gay book fairy.
I am a gay book fairy. You're the other gay book fairy. And we're going to be giving away print books and audio books. It's Saturday the 28th, so the Saturday after Turkey Day. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We did a test last Thursday, as you all might remember, which did not go well on the live stream. There was a delay. We tried YouTube, also a delay. So we are going to do it on Zoom. So all the information will be on Facebook, and we are going to be hitting your social all week long next week with some very fun videos driving to the event. So I just want
you guys, these videos are funny. We haven't made them yet, but they're fun.
But we're going to make them soon.
If we can ever get together, we're going to make them. We're going to make them. COVID is really screwing things up. Everybody's healthy, but it's just, All
right, we have one topic that we're going to weigh in on, and then we're going to bring in Dana, which we're very, very excited about.
Yes. All right,
Tammy, tell them about this.
So a listener wrote in, her name, she said we could mention her name, so I want to mention her name because she's cool.
Teresa, right?
Yeah, Teresa. So she wrote in, you know how we're always talking about how once you have kids, you really have to be out. Like you have to be out and proud. You have to announce your gayness in front of your kids all the time so that they see pride. Whereas before you were gay, if you were somebody who could, you would just like not always disclose the information if it wasn't important to the person you were talking to, like the cab driver or the bodega owner. Like you don't have to explain that, no, it's not for my husband, it's for my wife. Like, right. But once you have kids, you got to be out. You're out all the time. And so Teresa wrote in, and she has an interesting situation. And she said she's been thinking a lot about this topic because she's decided to be a single mother by choice. She's pregnant right now. Congratulations, Teresa. But she says that she is kind of she's grappling with this. Like she's out about the fact that she is a single mom by choice. Like she was in her, I call it Lamaze class, but whatever they call it nowadays, the class you take for breathing. She said she was in, and she told everybody in the class that she's a single mom by choice, but she didn't disclose the fact that she's gay. And she was wondering, like, should I have disclosed that? And should I start disclosing that for my child who's coming? And I just thought it was just a really interesting topic to bring up to everybody and see what you guys all have to say, because it is like, it's not necessary. She's not partnered up right now, so she doesn't have to. But then when it comes to your child's origin story and what you tell your child, do you want to weave that in right from the beginning, or do you want that to come out when you finally have some? Like, how would you go about it? I don't know. What do you think, Robin?
I mean, I think that the situation is less like when it's two moms walking in, your hand is forced, or two dads. Like it's going to be, you have to. Yeah. I almost think that because she will have more opportunities to hide. And I almost think you have to practice that, like correcting people, only because if you don't, your kid's going to make assumptions, or, I mean, I don't know, maybe they won't, but I almost think you have to practice it, because if left to our own devices, a lot of times we just take the easiest route.
Right. Of course. Yeah. And outing yourself is not the easy route. Yeah. Especially in certain situations.
I have a friend who was a straight woman who used a donor egg because she had fertility issues and has not told her kid. And it gets hard. The older the kid gets, the harder it gets.
To tell them.
Yeah, to tell them. And so I think that they're like, you almost have to force yourself, and it has to be just like a habit of the correction, you know?
But even like, what if she's telling her child all along in the origin story, mommy likes female sweethearts, however you want to say it. Mommy likes girl sweethearts. But mommy's not with somebody, but when she's out in public, she doesn't necessarily just drop that in the conversation. But what if she's, I agree with you, Robin. I think that
that could create shame, because it's like, why wouldn't you put the kid's going to fill in the gaps.
Right. I think,
I'm not saying, by the way, no judgment, Teresa. We love you.
Oh my God. No, because it's also like
conversation. It's an interesting conundrum.
She's in a conundrum because, and then it happens so quickly. Yeah, she's in a pickle. But it happens so quickly sometimes, right? Like that thing in the little Lamaze class, whatever you call it, happens so fast. And then she probably thought about it after and was like, oh, wait, sometimes it just happens so quick, and then you don't realize, oh my God, I didn't. And it still happens to me, even for my kids sometimes, that I just forget to say it, or, not always though.
And did write back and say that she does do that. She does the drop the seeds, and she does, so it's like but it's just, I think in that moment, something she's been thinking about.
Yeah. I thought it was just a really interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I really liked her.
I feel like let's bring in our amazing guest, which look, I made a little banner for and let's bring her in and see what she thinks about this, and then let's hear her whole, I don't know, life story in 20 minutes.
I know. If you guys are going to be so happy to have Mombian.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, the technology is working. Oh, good.
Yes, we had some technical difficulties. It sounded like Dana was in like a womb earlier.
And if you have questions for Dana as we go along, put them in the comments, please, and she'll answer them as best she can.
Let's explain, just for those folks who might not know who Dana Mombian is, like my mom who's here right now, Dana. Let's explain exactly who you are. Why are you so famous to us?
Well,
because you are famous to us.
Well, thank you. I actually go by Dana Rudoplh, not Ms. Mombian, but I should have liked the banner. That's kind of fun.
Thanks.
I started my blog Mombian back in 2005 when my son was 2. So way back 15 years ago now, there weren't as many sites for queer parents. The queer news site, the kind of general queer news sites weren't covering parenting, and the general parenting sites weren't covering queer issues. I think that's changed a little bit, but at the time there just wasn't much. And I saw a need for news and information told through the lens of being both queer and a parent. And,
yeah. Keep going.
So that was the motivation for launching my blog.
This blog is like the go-to place for information for LGBTQ folks. Like for me, I don't know how you get things so fast, Dana, but you seem to have your finger on the pulse. You find things out super quick. I go to you. I a lot of times I hear about things from you first. It's so interesting, and then I retweet what you tweeted.
Yeah, I know. We're big retweeters.
We're like, did you see what Mombian posted?
Part of it is just having that real focus. I try not to do sort of general LGBTQ news, except very occasionally when there's something really big. But so many other sites are covering that. If I keep my focus really tight on parenting, I figure I have at least a shot of, having some expertise in it. Because if I tried to do everything, I couldn't.
Yeah, it's too much.
Jamie and I talk about, you have a special place in our heart because you were the very first person to kind of shout us out. You were the very first, like we had, I think, done a press release and for starting things off, and you did a really nice little feature piece on us, and that really helped to like kind of spread it our way. And you said something that I'll never forget. You said, when I was starting off, somebody did this for me, and so I'd love to do that for you. And I really appreciated that. And that's something that Jamie and I have tried to do as well. Like for other people, other podcasters starting off, we've tried to keep that same pay it forward mantra.
Yeah.
That's really been the best part of all this, is just finding that sense of community among the bloggers. And, I say bloggers and all the people doing all the different kinds of social media that exist now, whether it's podcasts or blogs or anything else.
Yeah, it's really.
I was listening to the question your listener posed earlier,
yes.
And I can definitely sympathize because even though I am not a single mom, I'm happily married to my spouse of 27 years. She worked outside the home while I stayed home with our son for the first number of years. So very often I was seemingly solo, bringing him to the playground or wherever. And so, there was that issue of, do people know that, that our family structure doesn't look the same as theirs? And I think it's always a balance to be struck between not hiding it or not giving one's kids any sense that there's something to hide, but also not making it the number one defining feature of our lives.
Right.
Unless it is for you, that everyone varies in terms of how important it is in their lives. But I didn't want my son himself to be defined as just the kid with 2 moms. I wanted him to sort of find his own his own definition, whatever it is. The kid who likes to, play on the swing set or
Yeah,
climb
yeah.
in the jungle gym or, whatever it may be. So
Uh-huh.
there was a balance there, and I'm not sure I have any particular wisdom in how to find it, except that you kind of have to feel your way.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, and every family's way is different. But it's something that we all grapple with at one point or another in whatever way that is, which I find really interesting, and which is why blogs like yours and podcasts like ours are so important, because we're bringing up the issues. We're like the news over here.
You can always go with a rainbow t-shirt, and that helps.
Yeah,
that always helps.
Rainbow
masks.
We were talking about Mombian, because I was like, are you making a living off this? Is this like your full-time job? We were talking about that in like before we started the thing. Can you tell people about like the whole, like how it blossomed and where you're at with it now?
Sure. I mean, I started it when I was staying home with our son. I did have a number of years of professional experience, excuse me, in the online services world, doing marketing and content development. And I wanted a way to kind of keep up those skills while I was staying home. And blogging was just coming onto the horizon, and it seemed like a thing to try. So I did. And it also seemed like something I could do while also being home as a parent. I mean, I love to cook. It would be really fun to be a food blogger, but having to cook fancy meals and do all the photographs and stuff like that would take away from the work I really needed to be doing, which was parenting. But if I was parenting and then I just wrote about it, it was a more efficient use of my time. So it kind of made sense to start a blog on parenting.
And it was successful, and it worked.
Yeah, and it grew. I think one thing that I'm really proud of is the launch in 2006 of what was originally Blogging for LGBTQ Families Day and has broadened into just hashtag LGBTQ Families Day, which is kind of a social media and storytelling event at the beginning of June every year for people.
Wait, so you created that?
Yes.
See, we have been like contributing to that for the last 2 years and had no idea you actually created it.
Yep.
That's
awesome. Started out as blogging because I started the blog so long ago, there wasn't even such a thing as Facebook or Twitter or a hashtag.
Isn't that crazy that 2006, none of this existed? That's crazy. That's not that long ago. My God.
No.
Things have changed, huh?
And so that was great, just to bring people together and to communicate among ourselves and to show our community that we all have this great diversity of stories, but also to show that to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's been a really fun part of what I've done.
It's great. If you guys don't follow Mombian, you should on Twitter. And you're mostly on Twitter, right?
Twitter and Facebook. Yeah.
Twitter and Facebook. And she's always posting really great stuff. Really great
stuff. Tell people about what kind of content they can find actually on Mombian itself.
Sure. It's a mix, and I try to mix it as much as possible, although any given week may sway one way or another. I look at political news with the eye of a queer parent. So that's one thing. Some of it is very obviously connected to queer parenting, like the Fulton case that's currently before the Supreme Court, which is looking at whether people can cite religious beliefs as a reason to discriminate against LGBTQ people in foster care. So that's one thing. I do a lot of book reviews of LGBTQ inclusive kids books, and there's been such a change in that over the 15 years that I've been writing. The past 2 years in particular, there's just been a tremendous boom in the books that are available and the number of subjects covered by them.
Yeah,
there's still a long way to go, and I can talk about some of the gaps that we still have, but it really has come such a long way, and I love reviewing the books. And because I've been doing this for so long, it helps me sort of spot trends and ways that topics are being covered or not covered, or how new books fit into kind of how the subject's been treated in the past. So that's always fun to put together. I also look at music and videos. There are a slowly increasing number of TV shows that have LGBTQ people in them.
Slowly,
we have that big
slowly.
holiday movie coming out with Kristen Stewart.
Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
Well, I'm like, we made plans to watch it on Thanksgiving with my friend Heather. I cannot wait for that movie. I'm so excited.
We need a kids movie though. We need a holiday kids movie.
We really do. We really do. I want to know what are your, if you could, what are your favorite kids books that are LGBTQ friendly?
Oh, that is
That's hard.
one.
That's hard. What popped into your mind just that second?
Let's see. I mean, there's a bunch of fun recent ones.
She's like,
so without saying that these are, my absolute all-time favorites.
Yes, because you would never do that.
Yeah, there's let's see. There's a recent one. Give me just a moment here.
Yep, take your time.
Jamie will show people her roots while you're looking.
You don't want to see these roots.
I forgot to turn up my roots too. I forgot to turn on my ring light, so I'm
gotta get on it.
I know. Listen.
So now all you see is my roots, but we need some new kids books. I'm ready for some new ones, so I'm taking this. I don't know if Dana, do you know about Our Shelves?
I was just gonna.
Oh yes.
Okay. Of course you do. She knows everything.
Yeah, actually, I had some really good conversations with her before she even started.
She's wonderful.
So,
yeah,
that's been a lot of fun.
Ooh, okay. Maddie has a question. Oh, before you go into it, Dana, Maddie asked, doesn't the Grinch have two moms in the Jim Carrey version?
If that's the case, I missed it.
Ooh,
I missed that. We need to go look.
I'm Googling that while you talk.
Okay,
Dana. The problem is my son is now 17, and he
doesn't watch those anymore.
I missed that one.
I watched that last Christmas. Anyway, okay, so Dana, tell us, what do you like?
Let's see, books. There's a really fun and timely one called Who is Making a Mess, which shows different kinds of families. And
I'm writing it down.
Yes, and there's a two-mom family right on the cover, and it's just a fun kids book because it's all about making messes. And the first page of the spread shows a real close-up of a picture, and you can't quite see who it is in the picture doing the thing. And then the next page shows that it's two moms and a kid, or a mom and a dad and a kid making a mess in some form. And it's not about LGBTQ,
which is great.
It just shows them.
So
that is really fun.
Good to know.
Yeah, I like that one. There's another one called The Bread Pet. And
The Bread Pet.
Anyone who's tried to make sourdough over the pandemic, which has become a big thing.
I plan to.
So this it's actually called The Bread Pet, a sourdough story by
San
Kate
Francisco.
Yeah, and it's about a girl whose uncle leaves her his bread pet, his sourdough starter, to watch while he goes away on a trip. And she happens to have two moms. But again, it's kind of irrelevant to the story that she has two moms.
I love that.
Yeah.
But by the way, just to answer Maddie's question, the Grinch, it says according to BuzzFeed, the Grinch's parents may have been swingers because in the live action they were having a key party, and that's why they don't notice the kids. Now that is very interesting. Just wanted to feel like that was worthy of mentioning, that the Grinch's parents might have been swingers, not necessarily lesbians. Anywho, go ahead.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I guess that answers the question.
Okay. So what are some of your favorite moments over the years from Mombian?
Michelle just got the bread pet. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Robin. I know.
Nice. Okay. So they're carrying it. That's fun. I mean, there's the problem when you ask me that question is there's so many nice ones.
I know
that happen now. Actually, if I can mention one more before we jump topics.
Please do.
So this one just launched this week, and I'm excited about it because my family's Jewish, and it's aimed at Jewish families. And there have been relatively few books that look at LGBTQ people in their religious or cultural identities.
Huh?
There's a smattering, but this one is the first one that that sort of places us within a faith tradition. And while I'm not super observant myself, I'm very secular in my Judaism, but
Uh-huh.
it's just so often religion and LGBTQ identities are seen as these opposites. And it's so nice to see stuff that acknowledges that for some people they're not. And it's just this a book called I Looked Into Your Eyes, A Poem for New Families by Aviva Brown and Rivka Baddock-Schultz. And it's just this nice poem about a parent who looks into their kid's eyes and sort of feels things in comparison with figures in the Bible. For example, the first time I looked into your eyes, I laughed like Sarah. I sang like Miriam, and it goes on like that. And it's just this lovely poem. It's a self-published book, and while self-publishing can be a bit of a mixed bag in terms of book quality, I've looked at a lot over the years that that could use a little help. This one is actually just lovely, and it's written by two authors. One's a white lesbian, and the other one is a Black woman in a different sex relationship, and they've tried to show all different shades of Jewish families, which is wonderfully inclusive in and of itself. And
That's great.
that just, I think, epitomizes some of the real depth that there is, especially when you look at what people are trying to self-publish for our families. Some of the gaps in representation are first addressed by some of these smaller presses and self-published presses before the bigger ones take it on. So
People are bringing it on, taking it on themselves. Inclusivity, they're bringing the inclusivity out because it needs to be out there. That's great. And that book sounds fun too, because like for somebody like me who I'm not raising my kids with any religion, it's a great conversation starter for, well, who is Sarah? Who is Miriam? And we can talk about the stories in the Bible. And I think that's great also for everyone.
There's not a lot of God in it. So it could be read in a very secular way, just as these are the stories of our people.
Right.
And it shows same-sex families and different sex families. And there's a gender-neutral parent or a gender non-conforming parent.
That's great.
And so
I feel like we're starting to get so many more books where it's not just about like the lesbian couple over there, where they're just characters. And I think that's real growth and nice to see, that we can just have LGBTQ characters that don't have to be the moral of the story. They can be
not just,
it's
not just has two moms anymore. We're branching out. We are actually just a part of society.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that in books about trans kids too, because I think the first wave of them, it was always very much about their journey to being trans, and that that's super important, obviously. But of course. It's also great if they go off on a space adventure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna say, I just wanted to ask you before we let you go, what's your, I know you said you have so many, but your proudest moments, of where you are, where you want to take Mombian.
And we are so happy you are out there in the universe, yes. Dana. We really are. You're just like a staple to our community, 100%. So yeah.
Thank you. And likewise, I love the stories that you're bringing to the table and the people you speak with, and how you're.
But you don't love us, Dana? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Did not mean that.
I mean, you set us up for that, Dana. You set me up.
Oh God. Yeah. So what are your
It's wonderful, and it's lovely actually talking with you for the first time in person.
So cool.
So.
Well, thank you so much. Again, you were the first person to give us a shot and to really put us out there. And, we really appreciate it. And like Jamie said, we love what you're out there doing.
Thank you. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing all of your guests and all of your shows and what if
more and more
turns
yes,
into.
And you'll have to come to our Gay Book Fairy on Saturday, Gay Book Fairies night on Saturday, the 29th.
Okay.
Because there'll be some LGBTQ trivia in there as well. So it'll be some good stuff.
She already read the book though, so she doesn't need the book.
She doesn't. She doesn't. She does need more of us though, Jamie.
I don't know if that's true. I don't think anybody needs more of us.
Nobody does.
Really don't.
Nobody
I
does.
know. Oh
Well,
my
thank
goodness.
you so much. Thank you so much for swinging by, even though we didn't swing by anywhere.
Not a problem. Anytime.
All right. Take
Thank
care. Thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I love her.
All right. She is the best. Is she not the best?
I love her. I'm so glad we were able to get her. She's a busy lady.
I know. We had to schedule it like eight weeks in advance, and she was doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, listen, we take her when we can get her, Miss Mombian.
Yeah.
Even though
She's
that's not
famous.
what she really goes by.
I think she might be one of the most famous people we've gotten.
Pretty
That's
much.
what I think. She's right up there. You guys are lucky. Okay, so hot topic.
So we've got masks, folks. We've got If These Ovaries Could Talk masks, and they're available at ovariestalk.com. So
Of course you won.
I want to say it's very exciting, but I mean, yeah, it's exciting. I mean, in COVID world, it's marginally exciting, but we just had a nice couple of sales today of some masks. They look fantastic. I have Jamie's actually right.
I know I haven't gotten mine yet.
I have yet to see it, but this
We haven't seen each other. Mine.
the mask in our signature hot pink color. There you have it.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
And then we just have a couple of business items. Jamie, what do you want to tell them to do?
I want you to go and rate and review us. You can rate and review us where you listen to your pods, Apple Podcasts. Can they rate and review on Spotify?
They can't, but they can follow us there, and that's important.
You can. Follow us, rate and review us. Also review our book. Also buy our book if you haven't done that. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on, what is it, IndieBound?
IndieBound if you want to shop local. You can also buy the audiobook.
Yeah, the audiobook is out. You can also do the fun Kindle/audiobook bundle if you're a Kindle reader. And you can toggle between your Kindle and your audiobook. It's a really cool new feature they have so that you can just keep reading. You get off the subway, you can't read in the book anymore. You just put it right in your ears and it starts from right where you were in the book. It's amazing.
Yes.
So cool.
And we have
like an Amazon advertisement.
I know. I don't know what happened to us, but we are. We have a couple of discounts that we offer to just people that we believe in. One is BetterHelp, and you get 10% off your first month. And who doesn't need help right now?
Oh my God.
Do.
I need help. That's not in the form of a wine bottle. you need help
from the wine bottle. And also Mira, we had a starter kit that is available from them, but also using our code, which is again on ovariestalk.com. They now have this new kit that's going to measure your, what is it? Your HC, what? Your
HCG and
the L1. Next time we'll have more.
Don't you guys know? I don't remember. It's been so long since I had to
LDL or L. No, that's like cholesterol.
No, that's cholesterol.
But anyway, it measures. You're going to get specific numbers on your like HCG and that kind of stuff. So check out Mira, and then just thanks for.
I think that's it. That's it. I feel like it's
we do need to say we will not be having the live stream on Thanksgiving. Obviously,
no. Yeah, we won't be with our families either because.
I will be watching the Kristen Stewart movie. That's what I will be doing for Thanksgiving.
Maybe Anne and I will watch that once we put the kids to sleep. Maybe that'll be our big thing.
Yes, it'll be with that. You'll be thankful for Kristen Stewart being a lesbian.
Is she gay?
Yes, that's the whole point.
I don't find her.
Right, now I have to go.
Know.
No, but cross the line.
But tomorrow is Orion's birthday. Tomorrow is my son's 3rd birthday, guys. Yay! Happy birthday, Orion!
Happy birthday, Orion! He's 3.
We're trying to make it special because he can't have a party. So tonight we're gonna. I didn't tell you I was gonna talk about this, Robin. She's like,
I put up goodbye, and you just decided to have another topic.
We're gonna decorate the living room and the kitchen like with all like decorations and stuff, so that he wakes up and because he knows his birthday is coming. It's really cute. He's like, my birthday. He's talking about his birthday. He doesn't know if he gets it, but. So we hope he wakes up and is like, oh, it's my birthday, So
I hope he does too. Oh,
I know. I'll try to get a video.
Oh. Yeah. Well, listen. On that note, happy birthday, Orion. Eggs.
Ovaries.
Out. I don't know what that was. Okay. Goodbye.